Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Porking It here, picking up on day 10 of our series here. This will combine some footage from 9 and then roll into today's date. We didn't really do much last couple of days, but we did accomplish changing the build a little bit. So we got a new face mask with some nice resist on it. Changed out, I believe it was this ring. Slammed our body for a third slot, which allowed us to run our skills that we changed. Changed our passive skill tree, but we did a Herald of Thunder to the list and took out what was the strike. I'm not sure how I like it, but it seems like it's easier mode. So we come up here. We got our Cold Mastery, Lightning Mastery, Fire on Unbound, Ambush, Cold Infusion, and Glaciation on Herald of Thunder. Whereas Charge Staff has Perpetual Charge, Persistence, Conduction, and Overcharge. Wind Dance is going to have Blind, Culling Strike, and Maim. Elemental Focus on Coursing Current and Inevitable Current. Critical on Rolling Thunder, which is optional. You can change that out for some other defensive spells if you like. I just like the room clear for those oh crap moments. Tempest Spell, we got Rage Forward, and Overabundance. I'm not sure. There's another Rage the skill I'm about to look at and see if that's better. I think it gives like 2 every. This is 3 on every melee hit up to 10. I gotta look at the other one to see. Clarity on Grim Feast just to give us the extra mana regen without raising the spirit too much. Herald Device is running Lightning Infusion and Lightning Exposure. Ice Strike is running Martial Tempo, half Primal Armament, and Ice Bite. And we picked up a couple of the next level gems to get 4 slots. Combat Frenzy, I just threw Profusion and Cannibalism, so we get a little bit of extra regen as we kill things. And then the passive tree still looks the same as far as our ascendancy goes, but since I'm gonna go for Chaos Inoculation now, so wanted to bang out the freeze build-up nodes, pick up a bunch of evasion rating. I clipped some of the pieces out of the way and kept the big nodes up here, so you see we still get the increased elemental damage if you've ignited an enemy. Definitely still need the resonance. Absolutely need the resonance because that changes your frenzy. Oh, was it power charges? It changes your frenzy charges into power charges so that you can use them on the go. I need to tweak the number of intelligence and dex stats, maybe get some more strength in there. But we got evasion and energy shield. We'll be picking up that node next. Ultimately, we want to get Eternal Youth so we can heal our energy shield. And then down here for Chaos Inoculation, where are you at? Nope, that's not it. But we did come down here and get increased evasion rating for our body. That way, and this line is probably going to be temporary once we get a nice enough body that doesn't require this. But with this node, it allows the body that we have to provide enough spirit to run all the spirit skills that we have equipped. Came up here, still keeping the freeze build up. Got rid of some cold damage, basically shaved off cold damage to get cold damage and spell damage to get more shields. Still rocking our weak little gems, but we'll get better along the way. I need to spend some time in trials. What else did we get? Yeah, we came up here, got the extra the extra bonus to attack when full, the 10 extra strength and attack speed. We gave away our attack speed nodes to fill in some of these places. Ultimately, because we already swing fast enough. Again, cut some of the quarterstaff nodes out. We can come back and get later as we push to 100 if we want. But ultimately, I'm trying to fill out the evasion best I can. Outside of that, we got our resistance caps, 41 on chaos so far. While we roll into chaos inoculation. That being said, we'll punch out some more maps, do some leveling, have some fun. Key to music. Right, everyone, as you see, we just finally did it. We beat our tier 18. So much time involved in doing that, and we did it with the basics. So we'll scooch over here to the skills. So you see we had less than 75 cap in there. We don't have chaos inoculation. We ran Chaos God all the way through, crafted all our gear as we got it. The only unique that we have outside of that is this belt that we picked up early on, and it really did a good job carrying us all this way. Yeah, just stack strength, dex, and intelligence on there. So tweaked the skills a bit along the way. Ended up with Unbound Avatar with inspiration. Again, I'll post the mobalytics in this final video for the series, and then so you can see exactly like the minimum of what it took me to get there. It wasn't easy. Some of the fights along the way were pretty rough, but once we tweaked the build, we started the day on tier 5s, and then we tweaked the build and added Herald of Thunder, and boom, we were T15 in no time. So we have Ambush, Cold Infusion, Glaciation on Herald of Thunder to add ice on those attacks. We have Perpetual Charge, Persistence, Conduction, Overcharge on our charge staff. Let's see, Wind Dancer was running Blind, Culling, and Maim. Ghost Dancer had Vitality on it just to give you that extra that regen. Our Bellis was Rage Forged, and Overabundance. There's another Rage, so I can't remember, but it gives you like 2 at a time or something. I have to look at it, but either way, it doesn't really matter as long as you're getting the Rage. I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you what's better. I ran Clarity, of course, for mana regen, because Grim Beast is always up. Herald Device, we threw Magnifying Effect, Lightning Infusion to give the extra lightning damage on that. Let's see, Lightning Exposure, Innervate. Probably could have taken Lightning Infusion off this one, just because it lowered the cold damage. And it wasn't super necessary, but at the end of the day, we wanted to add lightning to our cold attacks as well as ice to our lightning attacks, so we had that double whammy going with the double whammy on top of that. So with Ice Strike, we had Martial Tempo, Heft, let's see, Primal Armament, and Ice Bite. I really wanted, earlier on today when I was struggling with MP, I should have ran MP, but the Conserve MP support skill. But on Combat Frenzy, I threw Cannibalism, so we got more life on our kills, kept us like standing. Our skill tree is just crushing it for keeping us alive. Perfusion, of course, amazing. We get that extra charge of Frenzy, so we can just especially earlier on when we were using the lightning thingy. I forgot the skill already, the slam, but it's nice to have backup charges, so you can just drop things as good as you can. Sometimes those bosses don't freeze as much as you want to. It shouldn't take a minute to freeze something, but you never know. And then the biggest thing was struggling with MP, so we changed out the earring for the mana regen, and that little bit of mana regen on top. I think it was like the 24% extra mana regen really did it. The old medallion we started the day with had 40 more mana, but didn't have the 33 intelligence. Kicked all our stats down to around 150, so they're roughly even. Was crushing it. We didn't have I mean, I actually got some divines on the trip up, so even without having 150%, we did pretty well on that. So, I'll probably be doing a Chaos of Trials run here in a minute, just to start making money and really deck this bad boy out, because I fell in love with it along the process. Outside of that, you look at our passive tree. So bouncing around videos all day, looking at how they did their tree compared to how I was doing mine, and I needed the penetration as well as the shield and the survivability, and it's not too much different than where we started, but overall, I think like it definitely made a difference. Once you get, so where I started was where you should be until you're, I would probably say until you're maybe like T5 like ish, and then you're starting to get all your gear and things together, and once you're comfy, then I would probably change it to this layout, because the energy shield and evasion that we had leading into this was nice to change after the fact. So before, this wasn't the ideal to level up through this way. So I would say save your gold, start the way we did it, and that'll get you to the dance. And then once you get to about T5 and your gear's settled, you should have well more than enough money to redo it. But the culmination of it, of course, starting off with your mana regen and evasion sliding up instead of where we were doing attack speed and damage. We have so much dex now that all the attack speed nodes are redundant, like in my opinion. We got the +5 dex. I can probably take this off and move it. Like I might just take this off and move it over to what we're doing towards the end. We'll see. But we got the energy and evasion nodes all the way up. Made sure we get our frost and freeze build up, because that one punch and the 1-2 punch is the biggest thing, and then we get our shock magnitude. So coming up down the gut, hitting all these nodes, getting a good bit of gem slots. Come up here with the energy shield on equipment helmet. So this is the tie-in to using my intelligence only headgear. So once I get that, then it'll be 2 evasion rating per 1 maximum energy shield on equipment. So it's more evasion rating as well as energy shield, same as the body we did along the way. But yeah, picking up our regen as much as we can, hitting like this path here, like the resistances and the magnitude's huge. I'm really debating doing was it frazzled again on my neck. That's 30 increase magnitude of shock to inflict. I really noticed a big difference when I slotted that in on sorceress. Crit chance, of course, like these 3 are gonna be like big damage increases because you're running 2 herald skills. Big dex line, like here coming up in your evasion rating, in so much dex for days, so you can change all these dex nodes to strength nodes. You got that crit chance here. Once I finish, I think I did finish the path I was just taking. I have to remember where I put the last skill in. But yeah, I want to come down and get the bonus damages in. I'm not too worried about one with the storm, because I don't need multiple charges, because I'm not using the big shocks AoE, the slam. God, I cannot remember the name of it. But yeah, we got our power charges here just to give us that extra in case we do run it. I could probably take this off since I'm not using them anymore, but this one anyway, because I mean we'd only need one power charge because we're only using that one every minute or less. So, and we're getting it back. But the critical bonuses, if you use the power charge recently, 100% need those. Evasion read. So here we go on the 1% maximum energy shield per 12 evasion. So I can stack my body with all the. I can do a dex only body and get the energy shield compared to the evasion rating, and I'm looking at like 1700 evasion, so that's what, 100 extra energy shield just on the body, like, and a butt ton of evasion, because evasion is huge. Like, you see how tanky we are, like we dodge everything. This is an absolute must when you start running frenzy, because you can't use frenzy charges, so you need to turn those frenzy charges into power charges. So this is an absolute must. The day you turn frenzy feast on, you need to have this on. More critical chances, easy day. Came nothing too special. You'll see most of these nodes in almost every video you watch. Of course, you can tweak it your own way. There's no right or wrong way, because there's multiple nodes that are good. Like you saw where we started. This patch here gives a nice boost to damage based on what you caused recently, and we're constantly causing buildup. We got the freeze buildup here, which would be a nice set of nodes to come back to. If I chop those off the end, I might come back to those, so I freeze faster. I have noticed that my freeze buildup off the rip is a little slow, but I need to change my emeralds as well. So with my emeralds changing, that's another one. So we crafted this one earlier on. It's not the best, but we got some pretty good stats on it for what we need. But again, doing those trials of sick community, you'll get so many jewels along the way that it's hard not to get improvements. So again, we got this mana regen rate. It's not 20%, so it's still relatively cheap. So even if you didn't craft this and you just bought it, this one would be relatively cheap. Just a few exalts, I'm sure. Down here we had increased damage for quarter stabs, amount of mana leech, accuracy rating, mark skills. We don't have any, but it's not like we're going all out on these gems here. But yeah, this line here, massive like dex gains at 8, 25, 8. Come up here, we had 3%, no, 8% increased dexterity. So that's 8% on how much we had. So a ton of dexterity here. So I can change all those dexterity nodes that we had to get like geared up and on the way into strength. So every 5 strength is 10% with the staff. So my attack went up massively. Yeah, again, it's all completely up to you. Down here for the ascendancy, I went down and got the unbound avatar, slamming 2 bells down with unbound avatars. It's like melting bosses. This is 100% like I wouldn't say a must, but it's a huge pickup, because now you can take spirit off of your equipment. You don't need spirit if you have, once you get a top tier body anyway, that you can run this and keep all your skills up. This here is amazing. And of course evasion on the way. I'm thinking about for DPS after I do this next ascendancy, either coming up here and getting this. The overshield that we've been getting on melee doesn't seem to stack as fast as it does. I feel like we're taking more damage on this, and it's not, our Grim Feast isn't giving us as much shield as we got like on Sork, because Sork's not getting touched. So maybe meditate for tankiness, but I'm almost 100% sure that I might just bypass it all and come up here with the magnitude of shock and extra lightning damage, and then 25% chance of shocking enemies to created shocked ground. I'm not 100% sure. Shocked ground does raise the damage, And we're shocking enemies constantly, so shock ground is pretty nice. But then also those modifiers later, I really 100% don't know exactly which way I'm gonna go. I don't feel like there's a wrong answer. All three options are gonna be very viable. Some people don't even go for Unbound Avatar, and they just come up, get the lightning damage and the elemental resist. So it's worth toying with. Again, it's up to you. I like hitting the button and just going ham. But yeah, that's the build so far, and it's, again, we only spent this one Exalt early on in the game that we earned ourselves, and it got us all the way through 100%. Easy day. Even if you don't get the third slot by slamming it, it was still an amazing staff. Just slotting lightning and fire early on, so you get all three damage types early, and then just smashing your way through. It really has been such a fun experience. And I have to say, this is my new maybe my new favorite class so far. But yeah, again, I'll put the build in the mobalytics. Thanks for my beautiful and supportive girlfriend for pushing me and support me as I make these silly videos and continue prioritizing real life stuff as well. So more content to come. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped you build your monks with me. Stick Mage life. Pork out.